Hello everyone. So today we are going to build a dictionary using Python. The Here we are going to discuss basic idea how we will build the dictionary, what resources we will be needed, also the various concepts that will be involved in building the dictionary. We will not go in detail, but JSON is also required, so we will just see and have a look on the JSON and how our final code will look, some additional features and some debugging. So first of all, we will start how does the dictionary work. All of you must have used a pocket dictionary or the dictionaries available in the Google, the mobile dictionaries. They all work in a same manner. There is a big bundle or bunch of words recorded in a piece of libraries or files, like a dictionary file which is a paper file, or you can say a online file which is available in various softwares. So those files just go and search a particular word which is given to them for the searching. Like if you want to search a apple, you want to search a book, they will search the word one by one, one by one, one by one, and until and unless they will not get the word, they will return an output that the word is not present, or they will give you the meaning of the word. Similarly, our Python dictionary will also work in the same manner. There will be a JSON file which will have a record of data, record of entries with them. And why JSON? That is also something important. Actually, in JSON file, there is always a key value pair. So a key value pair is like there are various keys. Keys are the words which are being searched, and their values are their meanings, which is written with them. So JSON is a most easy file which is easy to function. So if you ever using in different concepts also, I would suggest that use JSON file instead of any other files. We will learn how does the JSON works, how does the editing happens, what is the structure of the JSON file, and then we will go to the final code building. At the least, when we will start building the code, so I will tell you what is the concept behind the searching the codes. We will also give some improvement to our file, whether a word is not there, the word is present in a title, the word is present in a caps, or the word is present in a small. We will also give some advanced features in the project. For example, we will give, like, if some extra word is there, for example someone has written books instead of book, but that dictionary will offer the meaning. So all this we are going to discuss the project, and I am really saying that it's a interesting project. So let's start building the project. So welcome to the project, guys. Here we are going to develop a dictionary with the help of Python. What we need here, we will discuss right now. But first of all you need to do is just get this data.json file. I will also provide this with as a source code with the source code, but this data.json file is actually our data. From where does our dictionary get the data? How it will identify that, okay, the word has this meaning. We need to save it in one file. You can just download any type of file that you have and save it with a .json extension with your name, and I have saved here with the data.json file. So you can save it with any name, just you need to change the name in the code. In the code, we are just going to build how we will fetch this dictionary and match with our keyword. But our main concern is here with the two things, that first we should have the required data for that particular dictionary. So I am going to show you this data.json file, and you can see here it's a huge file. Even VS Code, the which I am using, has limited it to 5,000 words, but there are more than this words. So there are so many words, and now this is something good that we can work with a dictionary, because a person can ask anything. There are different words like photon, and you can say other things. Many more words are there which we can use. Actually, okay, the file is too large and it's actually making my VS Code a bit slower. So this file is present in as a two things, means here is one word is as a key and the other word has the value. So the key is the word that we are searching, and the value is our output that we want from the dictionary that we need to search. The benefits of the JSON file is that it actually makes it easy because it divides the data into the key and value pair so that we can search it very easily. So there is a large dictionary, inside that there are so many keys and values pairs which we need to search one by one. So it's a bit easy to search here. Now coming back to the dictionary, for compiling purpose, I am using a VS Code. You can work with anything. Like you can also use Google Colabs. You can use different compilers, which comes like Atom, Jupyter Notebook. All you need to do, if you are using Google Colabs, just save it in your drive, and from your drive you can extract this data into your Google Colab. Now coming back to the dictionary thing, so I have shown you that how actually we are using this JSON file to extract the data, and what is the use of this JSON file. Now, why we are using JSON file is also I have explained you that it is in a dictionary form, and this dictionary form is very valuable to us because dictionary is the best thing to search with. We don't just want to search the value. We want a particular key that we needed there. For example, if someone has given you abandoned vehicle or anything else, abandoned industrial site, if you want to see the meaning, what its meaning, okay, it's very easy. But okay, if he wanted to see, he should get a particular value for it. We need to also design our dictionary in such a way that these values, whether they are present in any form, like if spaces are not left or someone has just mismatched a word. For example, instead of site he has only written set, he forgot to use e. We should also use that key and try to handle it or match as soon as possible as possible. For example, if you have used Google Dictionary, even if you have written some wrong word there, like a spelling mismatch is there, it will show you the result. We need to develop that type of dictionary that it should handle everything. For example, if you search from the Python about the abandoned industrial site and just use all the words in capital, or even a single word in capital, like this is in capital, and then everything is same, it will not show you the word, or it will not going to give you the value. So why we are using it, and we need to develop it in such a way that even if some mismatch is there, even if the cases are some wrong, like some are in large, some are in small, or some are in a title form, we should be able to handle all these things. And Python is the best way possible to handle these errors. Now we will talk about the algorithms. So how we are going to build this Python file, it will be in phases. For example, the first thing that we are going to build is an interface. So an interface is something where you can actually develop things like how does your code looks like, how the user is going to enter the data, how we are going to fetch the data from the user, how we are going to fetch the data from the file, how we are going to compare it. So these were everything comes in the interface. Now the second thing is converting data. See, every time user will not give you the data as you want it. He can give you a data some bit nearer to your possible values, that is the key values, because he don't know that which type of file is saved here. Also, he don't know whether the word exists or not. So we need to convert the data. We need to convert everything that is there into our required possible form. Now, the third thing is matching values, or you can say is bit more matching keys, because we are using a dictionary file. So we need to match every word, whether it's in the data.json file or not there. If it is not there, then we should go back to our interface and provide the required output there. And if it has the value, we should go back to the interface and give the value to the user. So this was about the matching keys. And again, a fourth thing comes, that is algorithm. It is not algorithms, but you can say the algorithms which we will be using inside our code, that how we are going to arrange the data. For example, if user has searched multiple things at once, so we need to handle that also. If user has given anything else which is not a part of our dictionary, or which is not according to our required, then also we need to handle it. So actually this is our algorithms, and this algorithm is the code that we are using to handle the errors also. If user has just given some wrong word and he need to again put the new word there, so we should have the algorithm that don't need to run the program back and again rerun it. We need to give there a while loop, that whether he wants to search more words there or he want to end the task. So this will be our part of the algorithm, and how we are going to use this. Okay, so this was a wrong word. Now I have given you how the algorithms work. Again, coming to the same thing, that how we are going to import this file to our dictionary.py file. So we don't need to do anything. all we need to do is just import JSON. So JSON is an internal library of the Python. If you import it, it will give you the power to handle the JSON files. Next, we need to declare a variable. This variable will be the variable in which we are going to export this data or this file into this variable. So we need to bring this all data of this file inside whatever is there into this variable, because we will do all the operation work on this data variable. So all we need to do is use the syntax JSON. Okay, JSON dot load open, and now I need to give the file name, and my file name is data.json file. So just take care that there should not even a single space. For example, if I will make this data.json or give a space here, it will not work properly. Also just take care that you are using a proper extension, that it is a JSON file, so it should be a JSON one only. And if there is some extra numbers there like 12 point something, so if this file has some extra number, like I save it to or rename it to 12.data.json, you should also use the same syntax. So just take care that every file has the same name. Also, sometimes we need to import a new library, that is the import OS. OS actually works for the operating system, and it helps you to extract the data from the different folder. For example, if the data.json file is available near to the dictionary.py file, means they are on the same folder. If this data.json files will be somewhere outside the dictionary folder, or maybe on different drives like E drive or C drive, then I need to use this library, that is import.os. Then it would be using my complete path, like how I will go from the local disk C, then slash, then inside one folder, then slash, inside another folder, then the file name that I am importing. But since it is on the same folder, I don't need to import that OS. Now again, the next thing comes that how does this data works. For example, if I give a print, now inside print I am going to give a name of the value. For example, we are using a dictionary, so I can use this one. I will just copy this, and now this is my key. Our dictionary is a key value pair, so I will just give a name of my key that I wanted to search. Now this is my key. So if I search this file, it will just give me the particular value of this file, of this key. So if I am searching or using a key abandoned industrial site, so data will go inside a dictionary. It will then search for a particular key in that dictionary, like here we are searching, and then it will show us the value of that key. So all I need to do is run my file, that is python data.py. It's not data, it's dictionary.py. Okay, so you can see that it has given me the particular meaning of that word. So this is the basic, or you can say just a glimpse that how will actually we will be working with the dictionary, because here I know that there is a data, and in that data this particular word is there as it is, with no omissions or no errors, and it has shown me the particular value. But if I wanted to search so many words here, it is not possible, because I am not able to give word directly here. Also, our program got closed or stopped after running for a one time. We need to make it a particular so that I can just go on searching new words. It has also not taken input from the user. We need to design it so that it may take input from the user. So we will discuss all these things in the next video and start building our dictionary step by step. So it's really an interesting project. All you need to do, have some basic commands with the data.json file, and also I will be telling you, if you don't know about how to work with the file operations or file handling, I will be telling you all the operations that would be needed here so that you can easily work with it. Even if you wanted to change your data.json file, for example, you may take any file that is available in the internet, like it may be based on the physics, it may be based on the history, it may be based on the science, anything, any file you can take it and it will work as the same thing. Only you need to change this name, that's it, and you can just put any file that is there. We can also make this program to divide it or use it as a multiple things. For example, my one file one data variable will be for the English dictionary, second data will be for the second data one variable for will be for the biology dictionary, and so on. I can use multiple dictionaries so that I may have a one particular big dictionary which can just give me any meaning. So this was it. Meet you in the next video. So hello everyone. In the last lecture, we have seen that how we can fetch data from word dictionary, and not only fetching, we have just seen that how we can actually open the file that we want to see. So all we need to just use some simple commands like json.load open and our file will work. But I have to explain you some basic commands about the file editing or file handling, that how does file handling works. It will be not in detail, but it will be some conceptual basic understanding you will get from this video, that how actually file handling works. So I have created one more file, that is the data.txt file. All I will do, just copy this text and paste it here in my txt file. I will save this file. Now I will go to the cmd command prompt and open the file that is inside, open the folder that is inside, means this file should be inside this folder, like dictionary folder, and you should open this folder. Now when you have your file, all you need to do, just write here python 3, because we will be using some single lines of commands and it will be difficult to run again and again command prompt. So it's better that we will use python terminal. Okay, so you just need to type there python and you will get the python terminal here. Now I will create a variable file is equals to open and give the name of that file, that is data.txt file. So this was how you can open a file. But if for example your file is in different folder, so all you need to do is just give the name of your folder. For example, if my file is in data folder, then I need to give the name of that folder in this manner. But I will not do this because I am already working in that folder. So I will give the name directly, that is data.txt. Now there are three commands possible for a file if you wanted to open it. The first one is the R operation, the second one is the W, and the third one is the append operation. We will discuss these operations one by one, but you need to mention these operations every time, that what you actually wanted to do with the file. So first let's see what is the R operation and how to use it. So all you need to do is give a R operation with the opening file syntax and it will open the file for you. If our file would not be working, then it would have shown the error, but since it has opened the file, so it will not show you any error. After this, all you can say that we can just give the variable. For example, if I will give a variable x is equals to file dot read. So this syntax was the operation that we were actually maintaining, that we need to read the file, but this is the function to read the file. So understand the difference between them. This is the operation that what we actually wanted to do with the file, but here we are actually doing it with the file. For example, we are actually reading the file, and I will create this variable. So again, no error means the syntax none. Now if I print x, it will just give me a txt form. You can see here there is a slash n, means there is a second line also there. Now if I will print x, then it will not show me in the txt form, but in the print form, that is the str form or string form, the default function of the Python. So it has shown me the two lines, that is the abandoned, the text one, and the second line. So in this manner a read operation works. Now there are basically 6 operations, but we will be working on with the 3 one, because I just wanted to tell you that what is the basics of file handling, so that when we will importing or exporting from the data .json file, that is our dictionary file, you will not be see that okay, what is happening here, you are not able to get it. It's not like that. So to understand or to build our more easily our dictionary, we are just learning some basic concepts of the file handling. Now the second thing is, if you want to exit from the terminal, you cannot just close this terminal directly, this Python terminal. But if you want to exit from the file, all you need to do is use a command file.close. Now this command that you will run it now, you will not able to see any difference because nothing happens here, and this function will remain as it is. Now I will copy it and paste it back. After this, our second operation will be W. So I've told you that actually you will not able any difference with the file.close if it works or not work. But with W, this file.close syntax is very necessary, because I have given this file a W operation, that is the write operation to the file. Now after this, if I wanted to write some text here, all I need to do use again a same command, that is like here I have used x is equals to file.read. Here x was needed here because we wanted to read the file, so I have given some x variable, but this time we will not be using an x variable because we can write it directly. So we will use a similar function, that is file.write, and with this thing you can say I will write some bit called facts. So this will be my word, and if I will press enter, it has shown me the strings that was there. So if I will rerun it and give some blank space and now close the file, it blank spaces are also counted here, so it has given me another variable, that is 8. After this, if I will not close the file, then you can see that nothing comes here, the file is empty. If you will just exit your terminal, nothing will be shown to you. But if you write the command file dot close, and as soon as you write it, you get the variables that you actually wanted. Now we will see it again. Okay, so I am again opening the file. This time if you want to just give some operations, like you want a new line there, so all you need to do is just use /n facts and \n. So if you will use it, then variable means it will the next text will start from the new line, so this will be printed as a new line if you are using a /n. Also, if you wanted to give some multiple items, then we can use a list, because every time we cannot do that. So I will be giving rw and append. So these are the basic three functions of the file, and I have given assigned this variable, that is this list, to the variable x. This time all I need to do is running my loop. So I need to do for loop I in x, again enter. Just don't forget to give a text or tab, because indentation is very important in Python. So after this I will write this. Okay, here it's better to copy it. So I will copy this and use this function to write. Now here all I need to do is just give the I variable that was there. After this I will also give \n and then put it off. Then press enter. You can see that these were all 2 variables, so it has shown me the space. Now I will close my file and show it to you. But before just watching it, you can just notice that I have closed my file here. After the write operation, I have closed my file here, and before write operations I have written two files, that is facts and facts. But when I will close it again, you can see that actually there was only facts with a /n, but there is no facts, those were without /n that we have written previously, that is with spaces and without spaces. The reason is every time you write a file, even if you have written a single letter, that is, consider you have just written A there, then your whole data will get erased, and instead of that only A will come. So this is a very important thing that you need to just take care, that you are writing a file. It means you need to take care that there is that your data will get lost. I was telling you about how you can just take care that your data will not get lost by just taking this command, that instead of W we need to give a append command. But before append, if you have written this line, for example file.open.txt, if I copy it back and paste it here, and instead of this data.txt, if I remove one t here, and now if I try to run this command, so it is working. Why? Because a daa.txt file has been created, IMT file. So you can see if you are not giving a current name and asking the Python to open it, it will actually create that file with that name. So if you want to create a file, no need to just go directly go to the your folder and create a file. Instead of that, you can create it here only. Now after this, we were talking about the next operation, that is the append operation. And for append operation, all we need to do is use a here. So this time it will get append. But since da.txt does not have any text, so I will just give a same command, that is I will write some text here. Now file.write will actually give me, let's write here facts. After this, I will close the file. So file.close. Now again I will open this file. So this time I will open it with the append command. Again I will write the same facts. So again I will write it, and then after this I will close it. So you can see 2 times the facts were updated without deleting them. So in this manner our append function works, and our write functions actually delete the file and write as a new file. So sometimes you need a write file, because like if you are having a notepad, or it's something like day to day or to do things that changes simultaneously or every day, you will be using a w command, write command, because it deletes your data and then give you again a command to write a new data. But if you want to just edit some information, for example you are writing a diary or daily task, or you wanted to append some information there, we will be using the append command. And if you wanted to just check that what's there, or just read out your data that you have appended, all we need to do is use the read command. So these were the some basics, read, write and append operations of the file, which are very necessary when you are using a file handling. So from the next video, we will just start building our dictionary, and with building our dictionary, I will just explain some more features about the file handling, that how it works. So thank you, meet you in the next video. So hello everyone, welcome back. We have discussed something about related to data handling and how we are going to import our data. Now next thing, we need to build some logics that how actually our Python code will work. So this is different from the interface where we will be designing our application, but here all we need to do is build our application, so that how it will work we can design that portion. So first of all, I need an input from the user, because it is the user to decide which word he needs to search. So we don't need a print statement here. Instead of that, I just need some input from the user. So I will just make a variable, that is word, and ask for an input, and like I will give inside the input, that is enter word. So in this way the user can enter the word, and after this I need to make a function or define a function. So my function will be defined, and I will name as dictionary. So this will be my function, and after this what I need to do is write down the logics data involved there. Now the second thing comes here, that after taking input from the user, returning that back to that function, means first user will give or write a word here in the input. It will be saved as the file word. Now after this dictionary will be using a parameter, and that parameter will be the word that is given by the user, and it will just find out or fetch the data from the dictionary JSON file. After this return back to the variable, and we need to create that variable and print that variable. So our variable will be the output. So this will be our variable. Instead of this, let's take take a variable as result. It will be better. So this will be our output that we need to show to the user, and it will be the function. It needs to call the function and give the parameter as a word. So here it will call the function and give it as a parameter. Now we need to print the result. So this will be our result. Okay, so our logic is all set. Means first there will be a word created by the user. After this word will go to the next, that is the result, and result will call the function, that is the word, give the parameter. Now after this the function will be called, and it will just create the logics or do with the data, like fetch the data from the JSON file. After fetching the data, it will return back, and it will return back to the result. So fetching data is a big required some more lines of code, but here we are just going to check that whether everything's work as per our requirement or not. So to do that, we will just define a simple logic, that is a word in data. So data was actually our file, that is the variable in which all the JSON file is loaded. Means this data.json file is actually on one single place, that is the data. And in this file, which contains more than 5,000 of words, we are going to search our word if it is there or not. And all we need to do is return the variable with the data as a parameter. So we are going to give data and search for this key. So if this key really exists, it will just give us the result back. So coming back to the command prompt, we will run the Python terminal, and I will just give a word something like car. So it has actually displayed the result that a four-wheeled motor vehicle used for land transport. But I will check for a new word like sun. So okay, sun also exists. What I need to show that if the word doesn't exist, then what we need to do. Also, we will remove this print statement because that was just for the previous video to show you. So if I am taking a word like LNM, which really does not exist, so it is showing me an error, that is the none. So we need to solve this error, that how actually we are going to remove the word. Means this none should not be displayed. It doesn't look that okay, none, we got a error with a none, because that may be a typing mistake also, like if someone is typing something else and the keyboard has printed something else. So this is the reason that why we don't want this none, because it is not a user interactive things. The dictionary should actually tell the user that what's happening, because someone could have find that okay, none means like it is not showing anything. That may be the error in the code, means it is not with the error in the dictionary, because our dictionary has only limited words, that is from more 5,000 to 7,000 words. But in reality, dictionary is huge, means there are more than 50,000 words present in the dictionary if it is containing everything like biology, physics, and every subject on every related topic. So it is not the fault of our code, but actually it's the fault of the dictionary that our data is limited. So we need to tell the user that actually we are not able to fetch that data, or that data is not present here. Now all I have to do is just give a simple else statement. So this is my else statement, and here I have to print. I will not return anything. I will print here that word. Actually we were not able to find the word, so we will just print that print word not found. So now it will be just look like okay, the code is good, but the thing that is there, that it's really with the fault of the dictionary, that the data is not present. So if I will again write and again check for any random word, okay, so it is showing this time word not found. We will just do something to remove this none, and we can do it after creating more logic, because this is still an incomplete word. There are many faults present here. For example, if I will just rerun the code and show it to you, this time you can find here that it has given me an output for the sun. But now if I have written something like sun, again the same word, okay, so sun was actually there. I will check for another word. This time I will write in caps lock car. So actually it was not able to find the word, that is word not found, but that word it has shown us the result previously when we have entered the result like a four-wheeled motor vehicle for the same display car. But this time when I have given in car, like it's in capital, it is not able to find it. Also, if I give the same word in a title, it has actually shown something else meaning, but this is not the particular meaning that we actually wanted. Now again, if I do some error here, like instead of car I make CER, it is not able to find the word, but it should give some suggestions like actually it is a typing error and we need to find some new word. So this is it. We are going to solve this error in the next video. Hello everyone, welcome back. We were discussing some issues that can be come while running this dictionary program. And the first of all, the issue was like, for example, if I search something like carrot, so it will just tell me there is a yellow, orange, language, round, and it has gave me the meaning about the carrot. Now, if I will again run the program and search here with the same thing that carrot, it will say that word not found, because some letters was changed, like the first letter was with the capital only. It's case sensitive because it is unable to find a key which has a capital C, but it can find a key with the name carrot which has a small c. So we need to just omit these things, and all we can do is use a function or write a function, that is the lower. So for example, our parameter was word. I will convert every word to the lower case, because most of the cases, or particularly most of the keys in our dictionary, is in lower case only. So we can convert all the data into a lower case, so it may work fine. Now I will save this word and again go back. Now this time search for a carrot. So you can see it has converted carrot into a lower data and then gave me the word that I actually wanted. But this is not always that it will work properly for us, because there may arise some more issues, like someone has given in the upper or someone has given in the lower data. So we need to convert those or handle those keys also which are coming to us in a title way or upper key way. So to do that, all we need to do, just I can show you that what actually is happening. For example, if you will search a word that is Tamil, so it will not show to you. But if I will search something like Tamil, okay, now take another word, let's search Isro. Okay, so actually I wanted to show you some words are always works with the capital letter, or in our dictionary only there are some words that are in capital letters. So we need to handle that also, that how it will work. So first we will find a word which is actually in the capital letters. You can see here the cement is actually in the title form, means first letter is capital in the cement word, and it is showing me the result. Now if I will show the word, like convert it to the search a word that is with the small letter cement, okay, there was a word available for both, that is the cement and this capital C cement, and it has shown to us, but it is not compulsory that every time this same word will be available for us. For example, if the word is NASA, it has not shown to us, but if I will search with the small letter NASA, okay, so NASA is actually not there. Now we can go to some different words, like Tamil with a capital. Let's go to the dictionary and check there that which words are actually in really in capital. And here is the dictionary. So if we will go down and just try to see some words that are from the beginning only, they are capital by the dictionary. You can just check there are many words that starts with a capital. Okay, so you can see here southern ocean. So this word actually starts with the S capital and O capital. So if I will come back to my dictionary and try to search the southern ocean with the small word, then it will not be capital, or with the capital, then it will not be visible to us. Ocean. So you can see the word was not found. But this time if I will try to search a word with capital S and capital O, that is the same word, that southern ocean, there was some error, southern ocean, you can say here. I will copy that word and paste, maybe there is some space problem coming. So I will copy this word and try to search it. So previously we were searching with a word that is with the capital, that is everything was in small or capital, but it was not visible to us. Now we will search this particular word written as it is, and the reason it's not working is that this southern ocean is actually getting converted into the lower, so it's not visible to us. If I will remove this, the lower thing, and now I try to search this word, so you can see it is visible to me, but when I was searching it in the small, so it was not visible to me. Why? Because it is not compulsory that every word present in the dictionary starts with the is in the lower form only. It may be in the title form, it may be in the capital form. We don't know that which word is there in the dictionary that is in the lower form or the title form. Yes, we can convert our word. For example, we can just use our letters, that is the word dot layer, we can convert our word, but we don't know that whether the word that we are searching is actually the same as in the dictionary. Also means the word that is present in the dictionary is also in title form or capital form or lower form. It is not compulsory. So all we need to do is every time search the word in a different way. For example, first we have searched the word that is in the lower form. Now we will search the same word that is in the title form. So we will use the word that is the title, and it will automatically convert our lower word into the title, and now we will search it. So all we need to just return the same word. So we need to just copy it and paste it here. Just remember that we need to just change this, that is the title, because we are searching for the title one. So we will change the word into the title. Now we will come back and we will search for the capital letter word. So all we need to do is write the word dot upper, and if this word is actually present in the dictionary, we will return that word, but we have to return in the form of the upper word only, because our keys are actually in the upper in the uppercase in the dictionary. So this is the reason why we are checking for both the side. Means it is for both end. For the user end also, that user end must have entered something lower, something in title, something in capital. And our dictionary is also, there are some words that are in title, that are in capital. So this is the reason why we are returning here or finding the key in the title form and the word form. And also we have converted our word in a simple lower form. So this will remove this particular errors that are coming while searching. So when I will save this, all I need to do is go back to my dictionary, run the file again. Now also I will remove this, it's unnecessary printing, we don't need this print data, and I will save it again. So I will just run it. Now it is asking for me for the word. Now I will print the same word, that is Southern Ocean, and you can see this, the word I have written here is in small, but the key that is present in the dictionary is in title form, the Southern Ocean. So we are going to search this key. You can say it is visible to us, but previously when we were searching with the small letters or the capital letters, the word was not visible to us. Now I will again search a new word, that is the carrot. If you remember, carrot in small was not visible to us, but now it's all visible to us. Why? Because it is converting our word also in the different cases like lower, upper and title, and it is also converting the keys also in a different way, title, upper and lower. But the difference is that the keys are not changing, only changing is our the representation of our word, so that the key may match with it. So this was how we are going to change the way or remove the uppercase problem that was coming to us. Now the next thing that comes as the meaning, or the different the meaning that is visible to us is actually not proper. For example, this is not a proper meaning that I actually wanted. The reason is that there are so many words that surround the continent which comprises the southern mode. There are more than one definitions.
And if you will go for the any other word like cement, it has also so many definitions with it. Used as an ingredient in concrete is a different word. Magnesia, which hardens with when oxide with water, and this is a different definition. And there are many words which have different definitions with them. For example, you can say, so now it is visible to us the Tamil, which was not previously visible to us. So Tamil also has a different meaning. For example, the first definition is ends here, then starts the second definition, and then starts the third definition. So I want this not to be list, but actually to be items or to visible to us. So all I need to do is change my print statement, and instead of this, what I will do, I will run a for loop for item in result, and I will display all the items that are present there. Print item. So this was about the displaying vector, and now I will also use the else loop, that if this item was not actually visible to us or not working with us, so we will discuss it later, that how we are going to use the else word. First I will show you that how does the for work. So if I have entered the same word again, that is the Tamil, you can see here it has given me the information as I wanted, means different lists are in a different way. Now if I search some again a new word, for example, let's take red. So it has again given me the information. Actually I wanted to search something, a one word which has actually a one word definition. Okay, so let's go back and search a definition which has only one word with it. For example, if you may search for a kid, a young goat. So we will search for a kid. So we will search for a kid. So actually it has shown us a young goat, but if it may be also a one word, like if there was a young definition only, for example, a single word definition, then the result would be different. Okay, so there is no one word is still possible here, but if there would be a one word definition, for example, if there would be a word that is item and it is only a one word present in the string, so it would be displayed as a I and T E and M. So your list would have done this, because then it would have iterated in with the different letters of the string. So to avoid this, we need to take a if statement or use a if statement, and all we need to do is put a tab here and then write our statement that if we will use our type function to check whether the item is actually a result or not. If type result is equals to list, so this will tell us that if the word that we are using is in list form or not, and then we are going to use else. Now for else, I will just print down the result if it is in a single word result. So this is it. We have edited some more things here. We have made it more user friendly. We have removed some more errors that previously which was not possible, like we were having the actual meaning of the dictionary, but word was not visible to us due to the case sensitive errors. We have removed them here. Also we have just started giving the result in a required form, means it is not the list that is visible there, it is the actual definition of the meaning that is visible there. We will improve some more things in our dictionary in the next video. So welcome back guys. Today in this video we are going to make our dictionary a bit smarter. We have completed our dictionary, 70% part is already finished. Now what is left, that we need to complete our dictionary, or to complete our dictionary we need to make our dictionary a bit more smarter. And the smartness here is that if you have written some wrong word, like I have written here, for example, if I will just write a word and I will give a word carrot but remove or omit a O here, so it will say that word actually not found. But it should be able to predict to us that yes, this word exists if this carrot is actually the word that I wanted or not. So it should give me a chance that yeah, word is there, it's written correct. All we need to do is just put a yes or no that actually that word we wanted, so that it may give us the correct word, and that is the carrot. Now first, to do this, we will go get back to the terminal. For example, I will explain you something here. Now, coming to the terminal, we will work with a particular library to help this out. And we need to import something, that is the from diff library. So diff library is an inbuilt library in Python. You don't need to install it. We need to import, and it offers us a function that is get close match. So this function is actually searches a particular matches, like if words are common together, it will detect us and tell us. So if I will call the function to just give you an example, close underscore matches, and say I wanted to search here, just take any random word that we can search. For example, if I am searching carrot and I am giving a input here, that is a list, and it basically works with a list because there should be many number of words possible, so that it can predict us the particular things. The first word will be the ABCD, the second word will be the word that actually we wanted. We can add some more words here. For example, with carrot I will just add a car, and with car I will also add a new word, that is the carry. So these words are sufficient. Now I'm going to close this, and now I wanted a particular word that is visible to it. So you can see it has just shown us some words, that is the carrot, carry and car, because they all have some common initials, that is the car. You can just increase its accuracy. For example, if I wanted to go more closer, what I can do, just give a cutoff and say I increase my cutoff to 0.6%, it means 60% cutoff. So the result is same. Now I will increase my cutoff to 8%. So it has removed a car and given us carrot and carry. Now let's go further. We can go for the 0.8 to 0.9, and this time it has only given us a particular word carrot. But never just do your cutoff to 1. What will happen, that in 1 it will just go for 100% match, means this word, that is the carrot that we have written here, it will search for this particular word only, and if it will not get that word, it will not return us anything. So this was about the cutoff. We don't need to go for the cutoff because we will search a by default. Here you can see that it has shown us the carrot first, carry and then car. But if you can just see here that the car comes first and carry comes afterwards. Now when we have increased the accuracy, it has removed the car and shown us the carrot and carry. So automatically it gives us the words that is with the highest accuracy first, then with a lower accuracy, and then again with a lower accuracy. And even if their sequence are different, it will just give them the accuracy wise only. So we don't need to use a cutoff because we will just import the first word, that is the carrot. If it matches, then okay, because that will have the highest probability. So if the highest probability word matches, we will go with that. Otherwise we will tell to the user to that the word does not exist, or to rechange its word, means to put a new word there. You can also use the same with you can say we will create a list. For example, I will create a list with the name list only, and I am going to search for a word that starts with the list. I will give different words which has actually the same meaning, that is with they start with the list only. So I will give some more words. Well, lost. So these are the words that I have given here. I will call my function, that is the get close matches, and instead of using or giving here the variables, what I can do, I can give the word that I wanted to search, and my word is actually list. So we will search this word, but I will not give, I will give a X here instead of writing whole dictionaries here. And after this, I will not give the cutoff. Now let's give a cutoff. I will give a cutoff of 0.7, means 70% cutoff. Now you can see there are some words that are matching this list. That is, the list is the first word, then second word is the listen. But it has removed other words that may match the word here. If we will increase the accuracy from 0.7 to 0.9, it will give us particular word that may be required. That is the list. Okay, it has given. Now how we are going to use it with our dictionary, and to do that, first we need to work with the JSON file. So I need to import JSON. So I will import the JSON so that now I can work with the JSON. All I need to do is open my JSON file. So to do that, I will just declare a variable data, and data is equals to, then I will load my file as we have load earlier, load, and open command, then data.json. So here we load our data file. Okay, so actually we missed a comma there. We will use this command and again run the program. So now our data file is working. Now in this data file, we can actually use this data file to import the word. So I will copy this function, and now I will use it here. Now instead of list, what I am going to give is a word like we were try to find out. So we were actually try to find out the carrot word, and after this I will give the value from which it needs to find out. So my value will be data.keys. So the reason we are using actually the data.keys, because we are not searching from the dictionary, we are actually searching from the keys of the dictionary. So there is a difference between searching from the dictionary, searching from the keys of from the dictionary, and the difference is only that it will not go to the value, it will not search from the value. So many a times it happens that the caret word which is in the key is also present in the value. In a long sentence there may be some word that matches with the caret, so it will start giving us the values only. We only want the keys, and that's why we are searching for it. I will not give a cutoff here, and now I will search it. So you can see it has given us the four words that are actually matching from our word. And I have not used here cutoff because the cutoff will work in the same sequence. This will be 0. You can say 9, this will be 0.8, and this one will be approximately 0.7. So in this manner word matches or the word works correctly. So if I just take the first word here, get close matches, let's take it first word. I will just copy it, I will declare a variable and paste it. Now this variable has actually the value. I will use this variable. So you can say I have the correct or the first the word which is with the maximum probability to be the correct one. So we are directly choosing the first word only. So we don't need to give a correct the cutoff value here, and we are not worried about with the cutoff. Now you may have understood it how we are going to apply it to our program and use it in our program. Now I will close this cell or terminal. So we are done with it. Now we are going to apply this to our code. So the same thing works again. First we need to import the library from where we can actually call our function. So we are going to import from diff library, import get close matching. So this is the function that we are importing from this library, Now after this I am going to go inside my elif statement. New things also comes up, and that is that it is not compulsory that there is always a word. For example, if I will again go back to the Python and just use my last code that I have I was using. Now coming back to the caret, if I will just remove RRT and just search this word, so okay, so get close match was not defined. I will define that. I need to define this full file. What I need to wanted to tell you that it is not compulsory that it will give us some word. So we will just define them and get back. Okay, so it's working now. And now we will search our RRT word. So you can see the value is inside the X, and we will search the print the X. Okay, so there were some words available with the RRT. We will just go some more different words. So actually we got some words, that is the URL, TI, RT, and now I am going to change some more values here to show you that it is not compulsory that actually every time it will just give me that value. Now we will go with the X. Okay, we will take some other values apart from RT. For example, let's take some values which are not a possible combination. So X, Z, J. So I don't think there is a possible combination for X. You can see it give us a empty list here this time. Now this is the reason that we got an empty list, because X, Z, J, no words start with it and no close match is possible for them. Now this is what we actually want, that this is what we want to work with, that we need to take care that every time someone enters a word, it is not compulsory that he will get a close one. So to just work with it, we will use a elif statement that none of these criteria match. We will use a len function. So len function gives that whether there is a possible word or not just by giving the length of that word. So the first thing is the word, that is our parameter. Now we are going to use data.keys, and here data.keys we are going to just make it greater than 0. So if this function or this elif function is actually greater than 0, then only we will go inside, means there is a 100% guaranteed that something exists here, and it is not that it's the empty string, because if you try to index something from the empty string like keys.0 or the data.keys.0, it will give you an error. So all we need to give a print statement, and inside print we need to write did you mean. Now we will be giving a string sign here, and I think this is enough. We will just give some spaces here, and now after string I am going to give the value of that sign, get close matches. Now again I am going to give the parameter, that is the word, and my second parameter will be data dot keys. So this is my second parameter that I wanted, but here a new condition comes up that I will be using only the first letter of this value, means I only want a 0th value or the first value of this list. So what I am going to do is index this list with a 0 value. So it will only give me the first value of this letter. Now then we are going to come down and give a function, that is I will use a function tell, so the user can tell us that whether he is choosing this value or not, and then we need to take the input. So our input will be press Y for yes or N for no. So if user press Y, we need to get inside. If he not, then we will just give an error that that word is not possible, means no word found or anything that you wanted. So we will go with the tell and is equals to Y, and all we need to do is return our particular word that we were searching. So we need to return get close match. So we will be returning this, and actually we will be returning this but with a data value. So I want the data, I need to put down the data also. Also remember that there are too many parameters given here, and we don't need to give that many parameters to our dictionary. So we will remove the all other parameters and use only the first parameter that is possible. So our first parameter will come here with a word 0. So it will give us only a single parameter, that is the first index. Now we will go to the second line and check here that elif tel is equals to n. If it is n, then we need to give tel to the user that we need to return error in word. So there will be some error that the word will be having, and after this comes the else statement. So the else statement will be same, return word not found. So this will return the same thing that comes here with the else statement, but now we are running inside this else statement. So it will just tell us that the word was not with displayable. Now we will save it and try to work with it. So we are going to run this. It is asking for us for a word. Now I will give the same word, that is the carrot. So I will press Y for yes. I have given a space. Actually we don't need to give a space. So this is the reason it has rejected my word. Now I will press it here only. So you can see that yellow, orange, long is rounded, and it has given the description about that. But here actually what happened, that there was an extra space, and this was not we wanted to match. We were just matching that whether there was a y or not, but our variable contains a space also with it. So it was giving us that there was an error inside the word. And it has given us that word was not, we were not able to find the word. So this is working as we want to work. And now we will go to some other word and check a combination that cannot exist. So this time I will be using ZXC, and you can see that word not found. Now we have completed most of the part of the dictionary. It's working properly. This is the best of it that we can bring it out. But in the next video, we will work more on some designing feature of the dictionary. So keep watching the video. Thank you. So welcome to the program back, guys. We have made our dictionary. It's completely working. We have given it some features like it can predict the word, it can get the word to the nearest option. Even if you have done some error in the word, it can give you the correct answer. Also, if you have it is not now case sensitive, means we can write our word with any case. For example, in uppercase or lowercase or title case, anything we want, it will give us the result back. Now it has a good interface, like it can work with the command prompt. It has some other features like the word feature. We can enter the word, it will ask for the word, but this is not sufficient. Means this is not the thing that we actually wanted. Yes, we can bring it inside a while loop and it can run or goes on forever, but this is not the correct interface that we actually wanted to build. Our dictionary don't looks like this. Means it should have a GUI effect, and a GUI effect gives a real feeling that okay, you are working with the dictionary. Because if I need to search it in this way, it's better to open a dictionary and search. So to get the GUI dictionary or make it some good effects present there, we need to give it. So you can work in this file only, but I am going to create a new file so that you can understand the working one by one about how we are going to create a GUI dictionary. So I will just name it as dict1.py. Okay, so we have a new Python file here. Now from this file, I'm going to import the Tkinter library. Actually, Tkinter is an inbuilt library, so you don't need to install it. Means it will come with your Python package. If your Python is 3 version, means Python 3 of any version like 3.5, 3.2, 3.9. So it will come with that. Now, Tkinter is the Python library which actually help us to achieve the GUI, that is the graphical user interface, and it has so many features with it. The inbuilt functions also provide us some easy to use features we can directly apply and get the result. So first of all, I need to create a window, that is the root. Root is my a variable that is I am taking. You can take any variable here. For example, instead of root, you can just take a cake, but I'm using a variable root. So now I need to give a instance, that is the tk instance, to this root variable. Now always remember this, here tkinter is actually giving an instance to this our variable. Now this variable has the that is the GUI window in it, but to write tk, just take care that t is always in capital and k is in small. Means sometimes people get confused by just looking at it, because k is not in capital, k is in small. Now after this, I am going to define a title to my window. So all I need to do is use a title. Now I am going to give a heading, that is the dictionary. So for starting, this heading is good. Now after this, I am going to do so many things, add so many features in it, but before that I need to bring it in a main loop. So root dot main loop. Now this main loop is actually a function, like you can consider it a function as while true and root dot instance. So this is an inbuilt function that actually bring written in this main loop. Okay, it is not a 2-line statement or this easy statement. It's a very large statement written here. Actually, what it does, that till the thing that this root instance, or instead of instance I will write is as event. If these events are true, means you are not using this close button, like here it is the close button. So this event will keep running, means this root window will keep visible to us continuously. Like what I mean to say, that I can just run this program, it will show me a root window and then turn it off, because it has a single meaning. It is called for one time, so we will be able to see the root window or the tk instance for only one time if we don't use this main loop. But if we are using a main loop, then till there is no close event, like you are not minimizing or maximizing or closing the tk window or tk instance, it will just keep running in an infinite loop. Like here, Visual Studio is called only once. I am not continuously clicking on the Visual Studio button, but still the Visual Studio is visible to me at that time, until that time when I am not closing this window. So in the same way, the tk window also works. It will be, you will call it only once, but it will be visible to you until you have not closed that window. If this root.main loop is not written there, you can try it and just call this root tk in your Python statement. It will only visible to you for a few seconds and then close it. So this is the reason that why do we use this main loop function, and also how can we call this main loop function. So I will go back here and now use call my function, that is dict1.py. So if it works correctly, okay, I have a window. So you can see it has some heading like dict, that is the dictionary. Here nothing is written here because we have not made anything like headers, labels, entry box, buttons. We need to give it. If I am not closing this button, it will just run on an infinite basis, infinite loops. So you can see how it works. Now if I remove this main loop and now try to call the same function again, okay, so it's not visible to us. The reason is that this function is so fast, means here the computer works so fastly that here it works so fastly that we are not able to see it. Means it may have come to us, but it was so fast that I was not able to, or we were not able to see it on our screen. So this was the work of the root.main loop. Now we are going to add some headings here. For example, first I am going to make a header section, or the head part of the body. I will name it as head. Now after head, this will be a kind of label. So there are so many things available with the Tkinter. The first one is the label. The second one is the entry box. Then another things comes after this entry. There is one more thing that is there, and that is the button. So button also gives us some different working area, means it will be a clickable button. Entry box will give us some field to write our entry, and label will actually just give us a heading. So we are not going to write in it. With entry there also comes one more thing, that is the text area. So it will give us an area to just display our text. It will be different from the entry because user cannot write anything on this text area. So we are going to call a variable head. Now label, use the label function. After this label we need to call the root, that is the instance, tk instance we have created. Then we will write something here, and to write the function all we need to do is just give anything that you want. For example, here I am going to write Python dictionary. So you can see this will be visible as a header to me. Now after this I can also give a background color. So all I need to use a background function, and here I can give a function that is a color that is red. Now for foreground color I will keep it as white. Now we have done this. Now we need to pack our head. So this is also some interesting function, that is the pack. And why do we need do this? I will also tell you that. So first of all, okay, so we will talk about this fill. Now what does this fill do? It has three parameters, for example x, y and both, and also none. So what is this? If we are giving fill x, it means it will be covering full x axis. Like here you can see after this part also there will be some gap here. Like if something is written there, it will show us to that with the fill x. Okay, let's run it and then I will show you how does it work. So I will run it again. You can just see here. Okay, so you can just see here that full fill x means that a complete x axis will be given the same color. Means if x would fill x would not be written there, then it would have stopped here only. It would have not gone anywhere. And fill y also is present here. It will just come to the bottom side, which means it will cover from the y axis, and both means it will cover with the both. So this is a label that we have designed. It is just visible to us, and that's why it is called label. But another thing is we have used a function that is pack. Now what does this pack function do? If you are writing or using some another label or writing some giving some extra entry here, so it will not overlap the previous one. Now if I give here label, now this is another label, so I will name it as label 1, and here I am going to display to the user to just enter his text. But it is, I am not giving an entry text here. I am just asking for the user to enter text so that user may understand that okay, he need to enter the word here. Now if I will not give a pack function here, if I will not pack the label, that is the label 1 that we have created, so you can see we will not get it. Actually the label word is here, but it's not visible to us because it is being overlapped by this Python dictionary, and this is the reason why we are not able to get the label. Now if I will close this and pack it, so it will arrange the widget, that is the label 1 widget. It will arrange it and show us again. So if I do label 1 and this time I will pack it, so it's going to show me it again. Now this time I will going to pack it with the y-axis so that you can understand what's happening there. Again we will call it. Okay, so you can see that the word is visible to us, and since we have not given any color, so we cannot find the difference between the y and the x. But what it's going, that it is covering the y-axis only but not the x-axis here. So this was the work of the label x. If we will make it x again, since we have given it the parameter y, and now save it. Now we will run it again and check whether there is any difference or not. Since we have not given a color, so it will be difficult to understand the difference. Okay, as we have said that there was no color, it will not be visible to us. Now coming back, we need to create an entry area so that a user can actually enter the text. So to create an entry area, I also need to create a variable. So my variable will be enter, and this enter will be a string variable. So I have defined here as a string variable. So it is actually this string variable is used in the Tkinter, and here you can give a string to this particular enter variable. So I am going to change its name enter variable. So this will be the name. Now I'm going to create another label, and this time this it will be actually not a label, but it will be an entry. So in this entry I am going to give the first the instance that on which we are working, and then I will give my text variable, and my text variable was ent value. So I am going to give this text variable. After giving this, it can actually store, or it has the capacity to store the string variable here, but it will not keep it permanently. It will just save it for a few moments till the instance is running. After removing this ent variable, we will not get anything. So we need to give the value of this ent variable to our particular word where we are actually creating. Now I need to create some buttons. For example, this will be my button, and after before creating the button, we need to create a text area also, because we need to display our text, and to display our text we need a text area. So I am going to create a T1, or simply a T. T denotes for the text, and this time this will be a text area. It will just have one function, that is the root parameter, that is the root. After giving this parameter, I will just pack it so that these may not get overlapped, and if they are overlapped, we will not be able to work with them. Now this is also fill is equals to x. Now we don't need a entry to fill it. If we will fill it, then it will be just given to everywhere. For example, currently it is pegged. For example, currently it is pegged. Now if I will run it and show it to you, so you can see it's visible only till here. Now if we will give a fill function here to this our entry button, fill is equals to x. So it will be visible to every side of the screen, means to the left corner from the right side. So you can see it is now covering, this enter variable is covering the full screen. Now if I will give a y-axis again, so this time the change will be difficult, because actually the y-axis is so small to cover. That's why it will not cover or do anything with the y-axis. And but we will remove the y, because we just want a simple text or the simple entry value so that a user can write his word. Now after creating a text area, entry area, you can see we want a text area, and this will be our text area where we can display our text. You can write here, but actually we are using it to display the text. You can also write something here, because we have given a string variable, and a string variable will help us to store the value. That's why we are giving a string variable. And this text area, we have not given any variable because we don't want to store the text. So now coming back to the new label, that is, we also need to clear the screen if the screen is visible. So this time we will be using a second label, and this will be called label 2. Now it will also have the same parameter, that is the root, and we will just display the text clear screen. So it will just undo all the changes that we have done, like the entry that the user have given and the text area that we have shown, so that user can write it from the new one. So in this way, he don't needs to save the run the program again. So here we have label 2 also, and after this we need a button to actually submit the area or the text that he wanted. So our button will be button 2. Also we need a new button to search here. For example, we need a button below this entry variable, because we need to press the button to search it, or to give a command, that is to search the word to the dictionary, so that we need to give the command for that. So the first we will give a parameter, then we will give a text, and here we will write the word, that is the meaning, so that user can see the meaning. Now it also has one more parameter, that is the command, and now this time I will be using a color, that is orange. Okay, so this will be my background color. I am keeping the foreground color as default. I just need to pack this button. Again, I am not giving any parameter because I want to leave it where it was. Now coming to the button 2, I can just copy it. I will pack button 2. And this time it will not be the meaning, but it will be a clear button, so that a user can actually clear it. And we need to give the command, because if I will click it, nothing will happen. Now we have completed our Tkinter GUI, that is, it will give us everything about the graphical interface, but this interface will not do anything. The reason is that we have not given the commands yet, that what it needs to do. So you can see here we have clear button, we can press it, but nothing will happen because we have not written the commands for the meaning. Now we need to get the commands to work it. This is our text area, these are our labels, and you can come here and just compare it to be a 2 section, like the header section, which has some files and data about how to enter, and this is the bottom section, which has actually how we can remove the command that we have given. And this text area will be the field that we are concerned about, means we need to just send the work on this text area to display the user and to get the result back. So this was our text area. Also you can notice here that in the label 1 we have given pack fill X, so it has actually packed everything, but we have not given a color, so we were not able to find the difference. But here we have not given anything, so it has not packed anything. Okay, so this was about how our interface will look like. Now in the next video I am going to tell you how you can actually give your commands for this. It will be same as this, we will be using the same logic that we have used here. Just instead of return and print, we will be working with the GUI keywords, that is the enter and insert, to display our command in the file. So thank you, keep watching. So welcome back guys. We have actually written the program that how we can make a GUI interface for our Python dictionary. Also we have added buttons, we have added variables, we have added different functionalities and different labels that we want our GUI interface. Now what we actually need, we need to add the data so that we can fetch the dictionary. So our data will be the same, that is the data.json file. All we need to import some functions to do that. So first I will import these libraries, and I will shift it downward. Okay, so now here we go. We will import these libraries, and this data function, data variable, will have all the JSON keys and JSON data with it. Now after this, coming back to this file, we will import this function, that is define dictionary. I will copy it and paste it here. Now this is our dictionary function, but we need to change it some bit. For example, here our data is actually the enter value. So this enter value should come here, and we need to remove this parameter. So this time this enter variable in Tkinter, we can just call it directly inside our function, because we are working with the GUI. So I will just call it that word is equals to control V. Okay, so control Z. Now enter variable value. So I will use a get function to get the data from the user. So this get function actually returns a variable of strings to of this enter value, from this enter value variable to our word variable. So whatever the value that user enters here as in a string form, it will be given back to the get value. Now we need to, coming down, we need to remove this return statement, and instead of this use a insert statement here. So I'm declaring a new function that is insert1. So this insert will have some parameter, like it will be the data only, it are some list as a parameter. We are considering that this insert value will have a list as a parameter, but it can actually take any parameter, that is the string, number, whatever you want to give. We have now not defined it. So if I will do for item in data, and then I will insert it, t1.insert. Okay, it was actually t that we have defined. This t is actually our text variable that we have defined for our graphical user interface. And in graphical user interface, we do need to give these variables, that is the t variable, enter variable, as a, you can say we don't need to give them as a parameter because they are constantly running, so they can be called globally from the functions. So my first thing will be from the end. This actually signifies from where our text starts. And now I will be printing the item, and with item I will be giving a new line character. So if you remember, we used to check whether the type of result is actually a list or not. And if it is not a list, we need to print directly else print result. So we can use this full statement here and copy it and go back here, and instead of using here, we will just write it as it is. So this works the similar way that it works in the previous manner. Just the thing is that here we are actually inserting the data instead of printing it. So instead of printing, I need to just insert, and my variable will be t, and now here the item will remain as it is. I just need to give the side from where it needs to enter, and after this item I will be giving a slash so that it may start from the new line. Means if I enter something again, so it may start from the new line. I will copy it and paste it here. So this time item will not be given. If data is not a list, we can give actually directly the data if it is not the list. So in this way we will not get the error. So we are using an insert function, and here we are just inserting data. Now I will copy this insert1 and check wherever the return variable is there, I will keep make it insert1. So this was about inserting. Also we will remove this else statement. So now we can insert the data. It works in the same way. It will be insert keyword works as the same way as a return and print combinedly, and they just insert the data into the text variable. Now coming here, instead of elif, I will make a new variable, that is else, and after this else I will go for the if. So if length is equals to 0, it will again, okay, so here a new interesting thing comes, that we are not using the command prompt to take for the yes or no. Instead of this, we will use a message box. A message box is an internal function of the Tkinter library, and then it displays the message as a yes or no. So first of all, if no value was found, here I can directly insert. I am going to insert 1, and I will give my input as a list, that no word found, so that when this data will go, this no word found list will actually go here. It will check for the type list, and here instead it will just give first value of this list, that is the 0th value at 0th index, to the text area, and it will insert the word. So this was about the if statement. Now we will go back and go for the else statement. So this will be my else statement, and here I have declared a value that is the tel. So now instead of tel I need a new value that is the message box. So I will go here, I will just write tkinter dot message box. Message box is also a library of the Tkinter, and it has a function that is ask question. So what I need to do is define the message box here from Tkinter. Actually we are going to define the message box and import the message box, that is import Tkinter, and this will be our message box. So message box will works in the same manner as it works in the Windows, that it will give us a message here and we can just go for the yes or no. So when message box will come and it will ask from us whether we want or not. So I need to edit some information here. My word will be word, and I will write here suggestion. So it is actually suggesting to us a word, that this word is actually what we are asking, and then it will ask for us is your word. Then now comes our function, that is the get close matches. So we have imported it, and now we will search for word and then data dot keys. So we have already defined them, but the problem is that we don't need to display the list. We only want the first or the most probable letter, that is the index position, and that is 0th index position there. And after this I will just throw in question mark. So this is going to give me a message box, and here I can go with the yes or no. Now message box will not have the value y or n, it will have two values, that is the y, yes or no. So we can directly go for the else, that if it is yes or else anything it would be, we will just give him that no word found was at our first position. So this time the user must have entered a wrong word, so we will give him check word error. So we are going to display this message to the user for it. Now we need to create another function, that is for the clear. If we wanted to clear the screen, so all we need to do is just delete our variables. That is, the first variable was the text variable that we have created. We are going to delete it using a delete command. This is also the command of the Tkinter library. And here I am giving a float range. Actually text works with the character, so there 1.2 1.3 is possible. So from 1.0 means all the characters, like written is a word or text string. So here RE is also a character of this string. So we are using a float range, and we will go till end. Just the thing is that end will not be specified, means not included in the range. Now here I need the enter value. This is my another variable that I have taken to take the input from the user. So user will always give the input in a string manner. This is the reason we are only taking 0 or an integer as its range. Now after we have done this, all we need to do is call our function, that is dictionary, again. So now we will get back to the command, and you can notice here I have not given actually the colons, and the reason for this is that it will not actually going to call this. It is going to enter this value into the command prompt, sorry, not the command value. So when we will come here, I am going to give my command is equals to, and this is for the clear, so my command will be also for the clear function. So I will give here as a clear. And remember, when you give a command to a button, you don't need it is already considered as a function, so I don't need this brackets here. That's why we can give directly, and this is the reason why I have not written here brackets dictionary, so that it may call itself again. Now after working with this, we just need to give the second command, that is for the button here. So here I am going to give a command, and this command will be the dictionary function that we have created. So all I need to write the name of my function, that is the dictionary. Okay, so we have completed most of the part. Now let's run it and check whether it's working or not. See, the logic is all the same. All we have did is made it a GUI interface using Tkinter. So I am going to write a word carrot, and you can notice I have written a wrong spelling here. I will search for the meaning. So it has asked me, is our word carrot? So I will say yes. Okay, so we have missed something here. First of all, I will give some space because they just come close to each other. And okay, we have not we have actually written something like we have used return function, but in Tkinter insert function is used to enter something into the insert. So all I need is insert one, and after this I need to bring it inside a check word, but I have not I don't think that it is needed here. So we will go back, close this value, and now rerun the function. Now we will go back and search for the meaning. So you can see this is actually a message box that we were talking about, and it has a parameter, that is the first parameter is the heading, that is word suggestion, and now I will search it. So I got the meaning. I will again check it, and this time I will enter some wrong text, that is this one. So it is giving me no word found. Now after coming back to this one, I will go with the carrot and search for the meaning, but I will press it no. So it has given me an error, check word. Okay, tell reference before assignment. I think why it is just showing an error. Okay, coming back to here, we have checked for the carrot, we have checked no word found, we have checked check word. Now I am going to give something in capital, that is the same word carrot. So it has again shown me. This time I am going to give it in title. So it should be visible to here. Now I will check for the clear function, that is clear screen. Okay, our entry variable is not getting cleared. So the reason is actually this is our enter variable, and we have created this variable, but we need to clear this end. We don't need to clear the variable. So clearing just the end, because it is the end with which delete function is associated. So this time I will save it. I am going to close this. Now I'm going to clear the screen. So run my function again. Yeah. So I will just search it back like carrot, and now meaning I will press yes, meaning I will press no. This time I will clear. Okay, so our dictionary is working well, and you can also find it here that we don't need to run our function again and again. I can just find so many meaning here that I just need continuously. And the reason why we have used a function, that is the insert function, we have created it so that every item will be displayed as in the form of a list. Now coming back to here, even if I give some wrong text, it just tell me that no word was found related to it. And if I mismatch a word like parrot, instead of parrot I will remove t, it will give me a suggestion. It is giving me a suggestion that I want a parrot. Now I will search for a somewhat different word, that is aeroplane. So actually aeroplane is not there, it's giving me for the exoplanet. Okay, now I will search for sun. So it has again giving the meaning. Now I will clear my screen because there are so many words here and I don't want these many words. So okay, we have successfully created our dictionary, we have given it a GUI effect. Now it looks good to work with it. We don't need to run it again and again. And congratulations if you have built this project. If not, just look back to the videos again. You will be able to successfully create this project. It's really an interesting project, and I think you would be feeling more interested than me in building this project. So thank you all of you.